In this video, I try the ever so painful no-stop race strategy, and I do so with mixed results. What are those results, you might ask? Well, you're going to have to watch to find out. Welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy, your 2018-2019 SCCA Sentinel Region F Street Autocross Champion and GT Sports Sim Racer. If you like what you see, hit the like button. If you really like it, go ahead and hit the subscribe. And here we are at the end of my qualifying lap in race 1 at the 2:20.035, which was second place behind this gentleman, Forrest 4A, who had a 2:19.468. Good job, Forrest. Myself, Geauxgreddy, in second with a 2:20.035, and in third for the first race was Annabis Waits with a 2:26.21, also in the Lexus. So good job there. So here we are at the start. I'm behind Forrest 4A. Raced against him in a practice lobby, so I knew he had a little better pace than I did, and I was okay with that. So I was going to be very content here in race 1 with my super awesome no-stop strategy to sit in his suck zone and let him tug me down the track. That was the plan, but oftentimes, like Mike Tyson says, everyone has a plan, so you get punched in the face. So, at some point in this race, I will get a stiff jab right to the old nose, but not here. Behind Forrest, he is, getting out a little bit on me there. He's about 0.7 seconds, so I'm still within the slipstream. As you can see, I'm starting to pull in on him, so I'm not too worried about him. I'm going to get up into the Lexus big old 7th gear and let that big old wheel just pull me on into Forrest 4A. So I suck him right back in, or he sucks me in, or I don't know. One of us sucks one way or the other. Who knows? But let off the gas up here. I'm going to coast around this tight left-hander. I don't really care about Annabis Waits, or I don't even know how to say his name. We'll say Aston. They're obviously on the no-stopper, so, I mean the one-stopper. Apologize, it's no-stopper, one-stopper stuff. They're on the one-stopper, so I'm going to let them go ahead as long as I can kind of stay in their slipstream and get back up there with Forrest 4A. I'm content as can be. So there's Forrest 4A. They're whipping on by Forrest 4A. They're going for that one-stop strategy, So coast again, trying to save that fuel. Get down into the tight left-hander coming off the bridge into this section of uphill S's here. Looking good. I'm right where I want to be, nearing the end of lap 1. Feeling really good about my position in the race right here. So again, goal, just hang out here behind Forrest and let him pull me down the track while I save fuel. Looking really good. I got 5.4 gallons of fuel, and bam! There comes Mike Tyson with the stiff jab. That's right. Punch to the face by old Tiger. DB, DB25, I think it is. Tiger DB25. But to his credit, it was actually New Bar 18 who delivered the blow to Tiger, who then in turn delivered the blow to me. So, while at first I was rather upset with Mr. Tiger, it was misdirected anger, shall we say. So, moving on, as I have fallen behind, I am now 5 seconds off the leader, who is Aston, and I am no longer in the slipstream of Forrest 4A, who's a few spots up there in front of me. The gentleman in the Corvette who was so kind to assist me off the track through the efforts of a Lamborghini did not hold up and give his position back, which I didn't think was very sportsmanship of him. But, well, whatever. It's all good. Or not good. It wasn't very good at all, actually. It was very frustrating. I mean, it happens. I understand. I mean, it wasn't but a few races ago at Le Mans. I was punting people off the track and left and right. So I'm just trying to stay within the game. In 9th place, I'm doing the no-stop strategy. I know I have like a gazillion one-stoppers in front of me, so they're all going to exit to the pits. No need to panic just yet. All is well. I've got Jeff Burton behind me, who I've raced before. Good driver. Right next to him is Shifter 125cc, so I know he's a shifter kart driver, so he's got to be good, right? And plus he's in a BMW. Everyone knows BMW drivers, they're the cleanest racers around, so. No, I kid. But racing both those guys, so I'm, feeling good about where I am right now. I'm not panicking. I'm gonna stay with my game plan. I'm a little low on my fuel. I'm at 4.3 remaining laps, or 71%. So the key to the no stopper is the short shift, being in the lean fuel mixture, whatever fuel mixture you need to be, or however you're comfortable with it. I was comfortable setting it down to 1 and just short shifting and trying to do a little coast here and there. And it was, it was working well in the practice lobbies when I was able to, as I get a little side swipe there, no big deal for a fat fella. But what I found you had to avoid was accidents. So typically if you're in the no stopper, all the folks you're racing against are they're trying to get up in front, trying to get ahead, and rightfully so. I mean, they're on one stop strategy. They got to get as far ahead of you as possible. So I mean, I completely understand them, coming up, getting on your rear end, basically looking for where they can pass you. Totally understandable. As a no stopper, I'm just going to try and drive a clean, smooth racing line and just let you go by. But it doesn't always work, because some people get really impatient and then murder you. So, that makes it difficult with the no-stop strategy, because even though you may qualify high, you may have the faster race pace, all things being equal. The slower drivers behind you qualifying-wise are going to catch up to you, and sometimes they're slower because they're not as familiar with the track, whatever it may be. And so I found I tended to get wrecked a lot. So not just by anyone in this lobby in particular. In the practice lobbies, it was the same thing. The drivers from the back of the pack would come up and knock you off. So there's 2 things you had to do in the no stopper, which was, well, actually 3. A, save fuel. I'll make it 4. 2, save tires. Avoid taking yourself out. And then pray no one else was going to take you out, because I'm wasting all kinds of time. So if I get taken out and I fall way back, I can't catch up, because I can't rev the car out. So it makes it very difficult to catch up. So coming in the right-hander towards the last corner, fat fella gets into me a little bit, no big deal there. Trying to make that inside passing, and I'm fine with that. Understand he's got to make the pass there. So heading towards the last corner, going into lap 3 in 11th place. A lot of no stoppers in front of me as I get absolutely murdered just twice. And I am so dismayed, I just drive out to traffic. Jeff Burton sends me off the track as I do pirouettes into the guardrail. So moving on. Hey, I know that guy. That was the dude that just murdered me a few laps ago. Jeff Burton, my buddy, my pal. No, it's not often you get to catch back up to someone who has absolutely destroyed your race. I probably took 100 laps off my tires in that spin out, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lay down a clean pass here. That's right. Because I'm above the fray. I'm not going to take it out. I'm not going to get retribution. I mean, I've got a half-second penalty I have to serve up here anyway, so I don't know. I guess I could have added to it. I could have done that. I could have went ram for money style there, but I didn't because I don't think that Jeff's a dirty driver. I mean, we raced door to door for close to 3 laps and never had an incident. So I think he either it was a little bit of that computer glitch or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so then Tiger DB20, and I've got both of my assaulters in front of me. How often is it that you have? I mean, I could go bowling here. I could take them both out in one shot. But I'm telling you, the thought went across my mind. But I said, no, it's not how you race. It's not what you do. So, be a good example. I'm not gonna, send anyone off into the shadow realm. Again, luckily I did not, because Tiger didn't. It wasn't his fault. And then Jeff, I don't think he did it on purpose. I think it was just a little bit of a racing incident. So, again, gonna let it go. Let bygones be bygones. Gonna bury that hatchet, as they say, and move on. So lap 5 of 6. I sit in 6th place. Not too terrible. Like I said, all those one-stoppers got off. They didn't put on fuel. They put in tires, and I wanted to do the one-stopper because it actually feels like you're racing. This feels like more like I'm trying to survive everyone around me and my fuel and my tires. So every one-stop race that I ran was typically, for me, about 8 seconds or more slower than if I did the no-stop strategy. So get a little help for the old Earnhardt fan there behind me. Appreciate that, sir. A little arrow down for the troubles, but that's okay. I'll take it. I can use a little boost. So I found that my one-stoppers were like 8 seconds longer. I didn't want them to be. I kept trying to throw in a one-stopper, maybe see if it was faster, but it was just never faster. So I finally bit the bullet. I said, okay, fine, I'll do the no-stop strategy. And then the first 3 that I did, I got punted off, and it ruined all my data gathering I was trying to do. I was trying to try different lean mixtures and whatnot. So that was a nightmare. Finally got to lay down a few clean ones. We had like 9 races in the lobby on Friday night. Got to get my butt kicked by Nicholas Rubilar. That was awesome. It was kind of cool. That dude's fast, so yeah, it wasn't surprising that he whipped my tail. So sitting in the train here, lap 6, final lap, heading towards the final set of S's, hoping that these 3 maybe murder each other, and I maybe pick up a 4th place here. As you can see, my tires are dead. Bottom left of the screen, right front tire is toast. Right rear is not much better, and left front isn't a whole heck of a lot better either. So just trying to stay on those apexes. As Jeff Burton goes wide here, gets some guardrail, and I get on by on the right-hand side. So I have moved up to 7th position, hoping someone runs out of fuel, something crazy happens. I think Jeff ran out of fuel back there, so he's falling way back. But no such luck. CNF Miss Dynamite had enough fuel. She gets to the end, so she grabs 6th. I grab 7th, and that's the end of the first race. So first race ends. I finished in 7th, 942 points, but my buddy Revo says, go for it again. So here I am, qualifying again. I know, I'm a glutton. I'm going to go for another no-stopper, you know. Revo's like, oh, you practiced so hard. You're doing so well. Try it again. I'm like, right, I guess so. So here's the practice lap. Turn 1 looks pretty good. Coming into the uphill S's. Again, carrying a lot of speed. For some reason, a lot of people in my lobby weren't doing the 1-lap fuel burn, or a little more than half-lap fuel burn, and then running the qualifying lap. I did. It was working really well for me. As you can see, I'm only 0.25 off of Gunther in qualifying. So this is my 2nd attempt at it. So I did the first lap fuel burn, 2nd lap hot, exit the pit, 1st lap fuel burn, 2nd lap hot. And so I basically gave you 2 laps on extremely low fuel, which meant a light car. So as I'm whipping around here, I'm doing pretty good. My sectors are looking good. I'm right on that pole position time. I get a really decent corner there heading onto the bridge, and I see the gentleman here in front of me, and I'm thinking, oh, I hope I don't catch this dude or something didn't happen. So I look up and I see purple sector. I didn't know how far ahead or back I was. Really wasn't paying that much attention. So got an amazing corner right there. Probably one of the best that I had done up to that point. Really was great for coming up the hills, carrying a lot of speed. I was like, I just gotta lay down these last 2 corners, get on the brakes here, hang it to the right. Not the greatest corner, but I did get on the gas early, so that was really good. As I come up on the 86 here, I'm like, maybe I get a little bit of slipstream too. Yes. So the 86 makes a pretty decent corners, and I'm within that slipstream. So, you know, old Tampa pulling me forward here. Can I make pull? It's going to be close. And I do by 0.583 seconds. Let's look at the starting grid. Thank you, Miss Opera Lady. That was lovely. So, who is that you see up front? Yes, it's Geauxgreddy sitting in pole. I was so excited. I was running around the house, hooping and hollering. So there I am, Geauxgreddy, pole position, 219.460. In second, Gunther O with a 220.043. In third, Pucho Bagnus, something like that, 220.083. Fourth, No One Sleeping in Tokyo with a 221.45. And fifth, MOP Racer. Maybe it's Mop Racer. I'm not really sure. And sixth, the Lone Monk. And he is. There are no others in the lobby, I promise you. In seventh, Crow Magner. 221. And eighth, Aston, because we don't know how to pronounce that, with a 221.667. And ninth, Malna R6, the 221.685. In 10th, XL, Alexander XL. Been a while since I've seen him, 221. In 11th, Sprinter 64, also with a 221. In 12th, Yes, No, Yes, No, Yes, No, Yes, No, the 221 also. In 13th, Prozac, BHR. Wasn't long ago we just raced Prozac. 14th, I have no idea, Benello, I don't know. 15th, WRC Mad Max, but he's not in a rally car. Anyway, in 16th, Tampa Ricken Racer. In 17th, KTM Mike 05 with a 222.822. And 18, Mets fan 920 in the Porsche. In 19th, Duke BOP or Duke Bop, I don't know, one of the two. And in 20th, Stephen H. It wasn't long ago we saw Stephen in qualifying. So anyway, so here we are. Starting the race, I am in pole position. I'm doing the no stopper, so you know what that means, short shifting. And what I've learned from my previous races is I'm going to race my line. I'm going to race my race. If you want to get by me, you're just going to have to figure out how to get by me. I'm gonna let you by. Like I'm not gonna like fight you for it. But if you get in front of me, just keep on trucking. So. Coming through the S's, feeling pretty good through here. I got Gunther right on my rear end, quarter of a second behind me. Got on the brakes here. I would have liked to have coasted a little bit. He got in my rear end some, but that was my concern. I wanted to get through the first few parts of the track without getting completely murdered. So I really would like to lift and coast, but that's very difficult to do when you have someone right on your tail. They're also not lifting and coasting. So Gunther slips back a spot, and Pucho Bagnus is coming up in the Audi, and he's going for the move right there in the left-hander, uphill left-hander, and he comes in way too hot there, and I could see it coming, and I didn't try a back cut on him or a cut back on him. He just flew through there. So then he comes inside of me here, entering the bridge, and really he could have just as well tucked into the slipstream, but that's all right. So he's obviously on the one stopper. He wants to get out there as soon as he can, as fast as he can, and get as much time on me as possible in the first 3 laps. So he did a good job there. He did get by me without murdering me, so I do appreciate that, Mr. Pucho, or Puco, or Pucco, I don't know, something, and Bagnus, as Gunther comes back on the inside. Now, I couldn't really tell what strategy Gunther was running. At some points it looked like he was just flying up on me. At other points he looks like he was just wanting to chill out in my slipstream. So I couldn't get a feel for it. So, and you'll see it more as the race goes on. It was kind of frustrating because I didn't really understand what he was trying to do. So, like I said, I was going to race my race, and I was going to let other people figure out what they wanted to do. I'm short shifting. Like right here, I'm not trying to block his move to the inside. I'm just going straight as fast as I can. Didn't quite carry as much speed through that corner as I would have liked to have. Again, not trying to do a block and move, but he tried to pass the outside there. If he'd have let me move over to the left, he could have had the inside line, but he went for it. So he's hanging out there on the outside, and I'm going to let him hang out there on the outside. I give him room. Come down through this right-hander. This double apex right there, and he gets into it a little bit with Croix, Gunther does, and I have an okay corner right there. Come out of it pretty well. Again, hey, Pucho Pucha is still in the sights in front of me, so not too terrible on lap 2. Like I said, I knew on lap 3 he's going to want to go into the pits, so I want to keep him in sight. I'm trying to keep my lap times low. My first lap time was a 2:29 from my out lap, which wasn't terrible. It's about what I wanted to be. I wanted to be under a 2:30, so I did pull that off. It's a little squirrely there on the left-hander coming up the bridge. Again, Gunther tries to pass the outside, flashes his lights at me like that's going to do anything. But maybe he was just saying sorry because he bumped into me. That's possible. So he gets out in front, which I'm fine with. I'll just sit back here and just save fuel. I'm good with that. So also another one stopper comes by, Croix. Again, no issues there. Jump right on in the old slipstream, and they're going to let them pull me up this hill here. I was actually kind of excited about it. I wish maybe Gunther was able to put down a little bit cleaner laps there and could have kept me more in contact with Pucho. But no such luck. So, yeah, well, everyone on that different strategy. As Gunther gets wide there, and, man, I wasn't really sure which side I want to go on here. I chose the left side to pass him on. So pass him down the left. He gets into my fender a little bit there. I'm sure he thought I was passed. No big deal. Come out the corner, I give him space. He finds a little bit of the guardrail, but just barely grazed it. So I'm gonna slip back in that, tuck into that slipstream, just let him pull me along. I don't know who that is on the back of his car, but it was like, who's this dude looking at me on the back of this guy's car? Maybe it's him. I don't know. I don't know who that is. I can't tell who it is. Maybe it's Pucho. So, not what I'd put on the back of my Ferrari, some dude's face, but hey. I'm not a Ferrari owner, so what do I know? So lap 3, I'm in a good position. I'm in 4th, about similar to where Force 4A was in the prior race. So I'm like, okay, Force 4A was in about 4th, coming through the 3rd lap as Gunther goes wide yet again, and I start catching back up to him, which like I said, I will take every little bit of fuel saving slipstream as I can. I'll let off the throttle right here. Oh no, I didn't. I went in for the pass. He comes into the left side. I'm not really sure why I did that. He should be on the far right side, taking this corner into the bridge here, but I guess he wanted to be in there with me. So he gets the cut back on me. Not a problem. I'm again a little confused as to the race tactic there, giving me the inside line coming through the corner onto the bridge, and he goes wide off into the grass, cuts some grass, misses the guardrail, luckily for Gunther. But again, I don't quite understand that race strategy. He should have just tucked into my slipstream, passed me to the inside, kept going on his merry way. But whatever, like I said, each your own, however you want to do it. It's all good by me. So, sitting in 3rd now, behind Croix. Kind of curious to see what kind of fuel Pucho has. It's one of the things I like to look at when I'm going by on this no stopper, to kind of gauge about how much time I'm going to save by having not stopped, and how much time we put between us. So the lone monk behind me giving me some lights. Again, Not really sure why the Lone Monk is flashing at me. I have no clue. Maybe just trying to get a shout out in the video. I don't know. Hey, so anyway, Lone Monk, if that was what you're trying to do, congrats, brother. Shout out to you, my friend. So he's going to tuck off into the pits, duck off into the pits here, not tuck off. And as you can see, they got about 24 to 29% fuel left. So Lone Monk did a real good job of saving fuel. So to me, that translates into roughly 3.5 seconds of filling to get to a half tank, but they'll probably want to go to a little more a half tank. So maybe 3.75 seconds of just adding fuel. Another 5 to 6 seconds for tires. So you're looking at about 11-12 seconds just for the stop. And then you got the slow down and acceleration out of pit lane. So I'm looking at about 15 seconds. So let's fast forward here because there's no real action. It's just me all by myself. Now if I could drive this fast, how awesome would that be? Anyway, so coming into lap 4, end of lap 4, look up on the left-hand side. I see WRC Mad Max, only 1.9 seconds behind me. I'm like, where's this dude coming from? You know, everyone that was on the one stop I thought would have stopped by now on lap 3 because you want to kind of get that undercut, especially on, you know, someone like me who's running the no stop out in front. So I'm looking in my rearview mirror. I'm like, what is this? Is this guy on a no stop? But he ducked off into the pits, so bueno, we were good there. Did a good job with the fuel. So moving on, lap 6, the final one, and Pucho is back. The man that was out front in the Audi for a little while there, and he is 2.6 seconds behind me and steadily making up ground. Every corner I've been eyeballing that, thinking, ooh, man, he is just getting close. So as I take a right-hander on the bridge, we can see just how close he is. As you can see, right there, just, like I said, 2.5 seconds behind me and closing in. Oh, my goodness. I can't lie, dude has got me absolutely nervous. I'm like, oh, my man, he's not going to run me down, is he? So I am concentrating to the max to make this corner as good as possible. My tires are just begging for mercy. As you can see, all the red on the left front tire, the right front tire is shot, right rear tire not looking much better. The only tire that looks halfway decent is the left rear tire, and it's not doing me a whole lot of good. So racing here to the finish, 0.3 laps of fuel, 4% fuel left in the tank. I know I'm about exactly where I need to be. I'm revving it out a little bit more, just trying to make sure he doesn't get into my slipstream. If he gets into my slipstream, I am toast. So get on the brakes here, trying to have a good exit here, but the tires are just wanting to slide, and so it was an awful exit on the final corner. 0.1 laps remaining, 1%. I have no fuel, 0% left. Crosses the line, finish, victory for Geauxgreddy on the no stopper. Unbelievable. I didn't know I had it in me. I don't like the no stoppers, so I've been avoiding it like the plague. So anyway, come in first. I'll take it. Second, Pucho Bagnus. Third, no one. Sleeping in Tokyo, Crow Magner in fourth, and Ben whatever comes in fifth, all the way back from 14. So good job to him, making it all the way up to 14. So that was it. That was the race. Convinced me to go one more time, and I did it. And heck, I got a victory out of it. How about that? So anyway, hope you enjoyed the race. If so, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Come check us out again. Geauxgreddy. There it is. Victory. Congratulations to me. It's not often I get to see this. I think it's only like my 4th win ever. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed your FIAs. Hope you enjoyed your races. For myself, I'm signing out. Y'all have a great evening.